What if I told you that you can go from $0 to $1 million in less than 2 years without having rich parents and without winning the lottery? But here's what most people won't tell you. You don't need a fancy degree in order to go from $0 to $1 million. You don't need a ton load of connections. You don't even need loans. Like, I'm doing this like any regular traditional person can, like no gatekeeping and definitely no shortcuts. And I'm not following the traditional path either. The traditional path that says rack up student loan debt, go to school, continue to get a degree and then a master's and then a PhD and then work all your life until you're 65 or probably 70 and then you retire. No, that's not the path I chose to take. So by the end of this video, you'll have a clear step-by-step plan regarding how you can start from $0 to $1 million in less than 2 years. In this video, I'm also gonna share every single income stream that I'm building and how much I can potentially earn from each. Yep, I'm spilling all the secrets in this video. I've studied the most successful people behavior, and just that is gonna give us a big head start in this game, okay? So let me make this clear. I'm not a billionaire or some tech founder or CEO. No, I'm not. Your girl is just a regular person who recently ditched her traditional 9-to-5 job, and I'm looking for creative ways to become a millionaire in less than 2 years. The truth is, I started my career as a teacher. If you watch my last video, which I've linked right here, you can see that I started out as a teacher and then I was burnt out. I was tired. I didn't feel fulfilled in that career. And then later on, I decided, okay, let's go get a career change. So I went ahead and I went back to school to get my master's in accounting. Now, hear me out, because I thought that's when everything's gonna change, because not only did I double my salary, but there were so many more opportunities for growth in public accounting, to the point where the first month I was excited. By the second month, I was done. On paper, everything looked good. Okay, your girl got a master's, your girl is working at the top 4 accounting firm in the world. It was looking really good on paper, okay? But deep down, I was not happy at all. I was far from happy because of my job. I felt like I just traded one stress for another type of stress. And deep down, I knew that I was building something for someone else and not something for me. So my turning point, it actually came on a random Tuesday night. I was sitting up late in bed and I thought, I feel stuck. I feel very stuck in my life. Like, what do I need to do? Because I'm not gonna live the rest of my life like this. So that question actually lit up something in me. I didn't want just a regular life with extra money. I wanted a life of complete freedom where I'm not just stuck in survival mode. And that's when I decided that I'm giving myself less than 2 years to get to $1 million. Not because I'm trying to prove anything to anyone else. I'm just trying to prove this to myself. The embarrassing truth is, I used to think that wealth wasn't really for me. Like, I used to think that wealth was for the rich families and people with a ton of connections. But one day, that thought process, it all changed. I started dabbling and messing around with different online business models, and I made my first $100. Yes, I know, $100, that's not life-changing. You could pick that up off the street, I get it. It wasn't much, but it wasn't about the amount of money for me. It was about the fact that this is possible. If I made $100 online with little to no stress, I'm sure I could quadruple that, and in another few years, I could make that $1 million. Your mindset, it's either gonna be your greatest asset or your greatest liability. No one's coming to save you, and that's the most liberating feeling or thing you could ever realize in this life. You don't need to be a genius in order to become rich. All you really have to do is to remain consistent, because the problem with us today is that we give up too easily. We try a business and within 2, maybe even 3 months, we give up because it didn't work out. We didn't blow up. as the person that we're watching, or the person or neighbor or friend. We didn't blow up in that 2 to 3 months. So guess what? We give up. We push that aside. And that's the biggest mistake you can ever make in this life. You have to be consistent. Okay, consistency is what helps to make these millionaires that we're hearing about today. So one of the first things I plan to do on this $1 million journey is to work on my habits, my mindset, and also my discipline. Now, let me be honest with you. The hardest part about chasing $1 million in less than 2 years, it isn't about the fancy tools that you're gonna use. It's the mental game, the mindset, your daily habits, the discipline that you're gonna have when no one's watching. That's what's gonna get you there. I've had to literally rewire my mind, like how I think, how I show up, and what I do when no one's watching. Now, one of those habits that I've started working on is actually journaling. I write out my goals every single morning, not just as a way of trying to manifest them, but I'm actually trying to train my brain to stay locked in, okay? And it serves as a constant reminder that I have a goal to meet in less than 2 years. Even when I'm tired, even when I don't feel like it, I'm still gonna show up, even if I get 10 views on a video. So what? Another daily habit that I've started to implement in my life is actually scheduling 30 minutes every single day. I set that aside to learn something new, because there's no way I'm gonna get to $1 million in less than 2 years without trying to learn and grow and become a better version of myself. That's a tip that you could use for your life too. Schedule 30 minutes per day to either listen to a podcast, learn a new skill, read a book about finances and how wealthy millionaires and billionaires get to where they are today. Now, speaking about blocking those 30 minutes, time is one resource that you can never, ever get back. So those 5, 6, 7 years that you wasted scrolling social media, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but it's not coming back. I have a calendar that is very detailed, and it tells me what I need to get done in the morning, the afternoon, and even the evenings. I have to plan my day out because my goal is to get to that $1 million as soon as possible. So if I don't plan my day, then my day is gonna plan me, okay? And we're not gonna have that. Another habit I've implemented is learning to say no, especially for someone like me that's a little bit of a people pleaser. I've developed strict boundaries and learning to say no. No to distractions, no to time-wasting conversations, no to gossiping. I've learned to say no to anything that doesn't align with my goals. Discipline isn't just about being perfect. It's about choosing your future self over how you feel currently. Listen, I wish I could say that I'm always motivated, but that's not true. Sometimes I'm not motivated at all. I have days where I still question myself. I still question, what is it that I really want? I still question, what if this doesn't work? Or what if I'm wasting my time? But it always comes back to this one thing. I rather try my best and fail in public than to be private and not try to win at all. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is I'd rather be uncomfortable trying to build something for myself than to be comfortable and not building anything and watching others building for themselves. There was one night I sat up late. It was around 2 a.m. and I was editing a video. And I thought to myself, like, why am I even doing this? Like, who cares? And that moment, it almost broke me. But I had to really redirect my focus and try to remember why I started this in the first place. I was stuck in my 9 to 5 and I felt like life was just passing by. So at that moment, I got so consumed in my thoughts to the point where I just closed the laptop and started editing the next day. I'm like, okay, I've had it for tonight. And that's when I figured out that's what this entire $1 million journey is about. It's about not feeling stuck in self-doubt, not doubting yourself, but just putting yourself out there and just do what you feel like you want to do. Because if you can win that battle in your head, then everything starts to fall in place from that point. So next, I'm gonna talk about the $1 million framework, which goes into details about every single income stream that I'm building right now. So currently, I have about a year and a few months to hit that $1 million goal. And the truth is, that's not a lot of time, but my plan is to be consistent and to have a strategy, and that's gonna help me get there quicker. Now, one thing that's gonna help me to get there quicker is the fact that I'm building multiple income streams. I'm not just doing it through one income stream, and that's what's most important. So my first source of income is going to be my YouTube channel. Obviously. Now, on my YouTube channel, I'll get paid from Google AdSense. I'm in a high paying niche, and so I can get at least $25 up to $45 for every 1,000 views. Take this video for example. I got 900 plus, almost 1 million views on this video, and I made almost $25,000 from this one video. At this point, as you can see, my YouTube channel is not getting the most amount of views currently, but I'm slowly building that up. And I'm sure that by the end of this year, I'll be doing so much better. I really just have to be consistent and everything will work out. Being consistent and providing really great value to you guys is what's important to me right now. So that's what's gonna get me there faster. Another stream of income is getting brand deals. If you guys didn't know this, brands, they like to work with small creators. With brand deals, I've heard that people were getting over $5,000 from one deal. So just imagine if I get one brand deal per month. The third income stream is affiliate marketing. Whenever I talk about a tool or a product and I put a link in my description box, if you guys click on that link and either purchase the product or use the product, I get a commission. So that's my third source of income. Now, with that said, people are making over $7,000 per month on just affiliate marketing. And what's interesting is that some of these affiliate marketing programs, it's actually recurring revenue. For example, some programs have customers or clients in a subscription package. And so each time that customer or client pays for that subscription, I'm getting a portion of that. So it's recurring every month. My fourth source of income will actually be through my digital products. And these digital products are like ebooks, courses, PDFs. Now, digital products are great because you create this one time and it continues to generate revenue for you. Now, with this, I see the potential of making over $10,000 per month with these digital products. Digital products actually have a very high profit margin because I'm not spending any money in order to buy a product so I can sell it. I'm literally packaging my skills, my experiences, and research into a product. I'm literally packaging proven steps into a product in order to have someone benefit from that product. With that said, I do see the potential to make over $10,000 per month with my digital products. My fifth income source will actually be from my service-based business. Currently, I do offer one-on-one coaching for people who are looking to ditch their 9-to-5 and transition into online entrepreneurs. I do offer one-on-one coaching for that. So that's gonna help me to generate additional revenue in order to get to that $1 million goal a lot faster. The good thing about this business model that I have is I can charge premium prices. And the reason for that is because I'm using my own experience, something I've actually been through, and something I've actually accomplished. I'm using that to help people who actually want to scale and, transition from a typical 9-to-5 job into becoming a digital entrepreneur. And so I feel like that is very valuable because I'm creating a lifelong transformation for whoever books that one-on-one coaching with me. Another source of income is actually investing a lot more in stocks this year. Now, if you know anything about stocks, you know that typically for ETFs, the average ROI, return on investment, is about 7 to 10%. And for me, that's lucrative. That's not gonna get me there tomorrow, but it will definitely help me to grow whatever income I already have. I've really been investing in stocks heavily literally since 2019, especially in 2020 when stocks were like for sale during that time. So if you're interested in learning how to get started, please leave a comment below so I can help you to get started, because you don't need a ton of money to start. You can start investing in stocks today with less than $100. And trust me, you're gonna wanna start as early as possible, because the earlier you start, the more that will compound and the faster it will build. So now that leads me into the flywheel effect. As you can see, for everything that I've listed in this video, it's actually a step-by-step sequence. And here's what I mean by that. My YouTube channel is bringing me views. My views are building trust. And that trust will therefore lead into selling different products and services. Those products make me money, and I use that money to reinvest into content. That content brings me views, and then the cycle just continues to repeat, but on a bigger scale. That's the trick about compounding. That's how $1 turns into $10, and that's how that $10 turns into $100, and then $1,000, and before you know it, you have $1 million. So as you can see, the difference between people who actually get rich is just consistency and reinvestment. And trust me, I'm documenting every single step of my journey from zero to $1 million. If you've made it this far in the video, comment the real one, because I want to know who the real ones are. So earlier this week, I've added a poll on my Instagram stories, and you guys asked me a few questions regarding my $1 million journey. Now, one of those questions were, what if I don't have any skills? Like, how can I go from 0 to 100 without any skill? Trust me, girl, listen. Don't let me get mad right now, because regardless of whether or not you think you have a skill, you actually do have something that can solve a problem for someone else. Take, for example, this YouTube account right here. She literally just pressed record and she's showing her daily life just cleaning her house. That's all she does on her channel. And she's making thousands of dollars just showing people how she cleans without even saying a word to the camera. That's insane. And that's what I'm trying to show you. If you have one thing that you're good at, no matter how small you think it means something to someone. Another question is it too late to start in 2025? The answer is no, it's never too late to start. If you want to get into a niche, or if you want to do something that you think is oversaturated, there's always a way around it. So say, for example, you want to start a YouTube channel, but you feel like the fitness industry is oversaturated with everyone talking about fitness on YouTube, then that's okay, niche down. Why not talk about fitness for people over the age of 60? And that could be your specific niche, because there are people who are over the age of 60 who they want to be fit, they want to continue to stay fit, but maybe they have a lot of health issues, and that's where you would come in with your niche. Another question was, how much do I need to start? Now, I have a lot of business ideas that you can start with: physical products, digital products. I have so many ideas, it's crazy. I do a lot of research, but I have a lot of ideas where you can start many businesses online with $0. And I'm talking about profitable, legit business ideas. Another question I got was, how do you stay motivated? Girl, I want to get to $1 million in 2 years. Like, that alone is enough motivation for me. Another question I get is, what if I fail? Guys, this is the problem you're having. Even myself as well. We worry so much about failing publicly, but think about it. Would you prefer to not step outside of the box because you're afraid of failing publicly? Because of your fear of failing publicly, you decide not to step outside of the box to build what you're supposed to build. But instead, you remain inside of the box and watch everyone that's outside of the box build what they want. That's not how life works. That's not how it's supposed to go. Get outside of that box and do what you gotta do. If you fail, that's okay. Use that failure as a learning opportunity. Capitalize on that failure. Every time you fail, you're one step closer to becoming even more successful, to learning from your mistakes, and to level up to a different level. So look at failure in that aspect instead of looking at it in a negative way. My sister always tell me, use your lemons to make lemonade, okay? You gotta take all the lemons that life throws at you to make lemonade. And while you're at it, go ahead and watch this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Another question is it recording? Yes.
No mistakes.